today's class is a standing balance class. So it's going to be nice and short, but testing your balance a little bit and just starting to get a little bit more movement into the body. So we're going to come and start with feet underneath the hips. Just finding that Pilates breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we're going to start by relaxing down through the shoulders. And then I want you to lift the arms up over the head. And then you're going to bring them all the way back down by the side. So we lift and lower through the arms. Bringing a little bit of warmth, a little bit of movement into the upper body, into the shoulders. And if you sit at a desk a lot, or there's any reason why you might be in that forward flex position, maybe looking down at children and having to pick them up, then you might find that your shoulders get a little bit tight. And hopefully this will feel quite nice for you when your shoulders loosen up. Lovely, so keep control of those arms on the way up and on the way back down. I'm going to take 4 more of these. Last one. And then we're going to come into heel lift. So moving down to the bottom half of the body, I'm going to lift up onto the toes and then push the heels back down. So we lift and lower. My balance isn't very good today. So lifting and lowering through the heels, warming up through the ankles, getting a bit of mobility into the feet. You might find that you can come all the way up onto those toes, or it might just be a smaller lift of the heel if your balance is feeling a little bit off. And you might start to feel this coming into the calves. So let's just take 4 more here. Lovely. Now the next time we lift the heels, we're also going to lift the arms. And then as we bring the arms down, the heels come down. So arms lift, heels lift. Arms down, heels down. So making this a little bit more difficult. If you find that you are struggling with your balance today, then just look at a spot on the wall or on the floor. Just focus on something that's not moving, because that's what tends to set off our balance. If we look at something that's moving, that's when we tend to fall over a little bit more. And we're just going to go for 4, 3, 2. On this next one, we're going to stay up and hold. So keep those heels lifted. We're going to keep moving the arms. Bring them down by the sides and up over the head. Looks good. Really feeling that into the backs of the legs. For 4, stay up if you can. 3, 2, last one. Come on down. Ooh, give those legs a little bit of a shake. And we're going to move into some single leg work now. So you shift your weight over into your left leg, and you come and lift your right knee up in line with your hip if you can. Draw in through the belly again, focus that eye gaze. You might want hands on hips, arms down by the sides. You might need them out to the side if you're wobbling about quite a bit. So we're going to stay here, and then from this position, with our leg lifted, we're going to flex the foot. Then we're going to sweep this leg back. So we sweep the leg back. Imagine there's something behind you, some kind of resistance that you're pressing that foot against. And then we sweep that knee all the way back up. So we sweep through, there's that resistance at the back that we're pressing against, and we lift up. So we're imagining there's something behind us we're pressing against. It's going to start to engage this right glute into your bum cheek. All those muscles in there. Keep using your breath. Inhale to sweep up, exhale to sweep back. And then, pop your leg down. Give it a little shake. And we're going to move on to the other side. Weight comes over onto the right leg this time. Left knee lifts up in line with the hip, if you can. If that's a little bit too much, your balance is a little bit off today, you might want to bring the knee a little bit lower. And then as you start to feel a little bit more steady, you might be able to bring that knee up a bit more. Lovely. Flexing the foot, and we're going to start to sweep. So we sweep it back, and then bring it up. Bringing the knee back up to hip high again if you can. And imagining there's that resistance behind you. So as you're pressing back, pushing that foot against something, switching on this left glute. And we want to keep the hips reasonably still. So as we sweep the leg back, we don't want to be pushing the hips forward, getting a big arch in the lower back. So we need to take that leg as far as you can keep the hips reasonably still. And there's not big arching through the lower back. Lots of strength happening in that right leg. Probably feel those muscles working a lot. You've got 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bring that knee back up. And pop it down on the floor. Well done. Give your legs a little shake. And we're going to turn to the side this time so that we've got some length on our mat. Again, feet under hips. We come and bring hands to a prayer position. So we're coming into some deadlifts or some hip hinges. So we bring hands to prayer in front of the chest, and we're going to come into some hip hinges. So draw in through the belly, spine is nice and long. We inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we tip from the hip. Bring the chest parallel to the floor if you can, and then we press down through the feet to bring us back up to standing. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to tip. Lovely. Spine is nice and long. Draw your shoulders back, and you're just taking this as far as your body feels comfortable. If you've got quite tight hamstrings or lower back, you might find that bringing the chest all the way down to parallel is not comfortable for you. If that's the case, you might just want to take it onto a 45-degree angle and just reduce that range a little bit. Lifting through the belly as we come down into that position. Keep the breath, keep the shoulders back. Nice stretch down the backs of the legs. For 3. 2. We're going to take one more. 1. Lovely. When we get to the top, I want you to step your right leg back. Keep the toes on the floor for now. And we're going to come into a single leg hip hinge. So this time, draw that belly in. As we exhale, we tip from the hip. We're going to lift that right foot off of the floor. And then bring it all the way back down, toes tap as we come back up to standing. Now when you're doing this move, your left leg wants to have a bend in the knee as you come forward. That's going to help with your balance. If we have the leg really straight, then we're more likely to be a bit more wobbly. So we take a bend in that knee, and then we come all the way back up. Now you might find that you can bring chest parallel, you lift that leg quite high, or it might be a slightly more reduced movement for you. Either way is fine. And we're not going to take too many of these, we're just going to take 4 more. Keep those shoulders back. last one. Come on down, come on flat leg, give it a shake. And we're going to come on to the other side. So, left foot steps back, toes nice and light, so it's not a whole foot down on the floor. Reset, shoulders back, spine nice and long. As we exhale, gonna tip from the hip. Bending that knee, and then coming all the way back up to standing. You might find that one side is a little bit more tricky than the other. So for me, this side is my trickier side. I want to think about it a lot more. Bend that standing knee. Lovely, we're nearly there. Lifting that leg. So it kind of acts like body acts like a bit of a pendulum. So as the chest comes forward, the leg lifts. And then as the leg comes down, the chest comes back up. So that pendulum movement. We're going to go for 2 more. Next one's your last one. Starting to get wobbly. And then come and bring that leg down. Give them a little bit of shake. And we're just going to finish with some roll downs. So feet under hips. Spine is long. Relax your shoulders. Chin parallel to the floor. Let's inhale to prepare. As we exhale, tuck your chin. And let's roll down through the spine. Arms are nice and relaxed. Lift through the belly as you come all the way down. As far as your body will allow. And then we're going to roll all the way back up to the top. So rolling up through the spine, tailbone tucks under. Keep lifting through the belly. So we get to the top. We're just going to take a couple more of these. Exhale on the way down. Take a little knee bend if you feel like you need it. And we've got 2 to go. Let the shoulders roll forwards, let your arms completely relax. Feeling that stretch in the upper and lower back and down the backs of the legs. And we're going to take 1 more. Rolling all the way back up to the top. And that is the end of your standing balance session today. So I hope you found that useful, maybe to see where your balance might be and what maybe you need to work on. The single leg work is particularly difficult. But I hope you enjoyed it.